Today, Baba says that we take birth according to our sanskars. Yes, so whatever is the sanskar of the soul, according to that sanskar, the soul takes birth. So you take a birth where, just like the seed. So the seed will attract whatever it needs. Similarly, a soul gets planted in the soil of a circumstance or in the soil of a situation which is in accordance with its sanskars. And Baba says that Baba has come to teach us the methods that will fill us with sanskars that we will need in the golden age or in heaven. And today Baba is talking about this one quality that we will have in heaven, which is we will not need advice from any advisors. We will be able to rule the whole kingdom on our own, with our own intellect. We will be able to rule the whole kingdom. And so just ask yourself, what is your stage right now? So do you need to take advice every now and then? So these days people cannot choose anything on their own. They do not trust their judgment or their discernment. And that is why everybody is seeking advice from everybody else. And Baba says that we children, we are learning from Baba. Yes, so Baba is teaching us everything. Correct? So we don't need any advice any further. Yes, if you paid attention to what Baba is teaching and you learnt the knowledge that Baba is teaching and you remembered Baba and you practiced whatever practices Baba is giving and you imbibed, the lifestyle and the virtues that Baba tells you to imbibe, and you used your time, energy and wealth in seva, then Baba says that, you will not need any advice. Has that been your experience? Yes. So earlier we keep seeking advice for everything. And I'll give you one very interesting example. So every time when the course begins, then, in the beginning, there are many questions. So everybody keeps asking, what is the solution for this? Or how do I deal with this? Or how do I deal with that? And then we tell them that, just keep listening to the classes and do whatever is recommended in the class. And on the 21st day, when we ask, do you have any questions? Nobody has any questions. Because, when you start understanding knowledge and when you have yoga with Baba, then your intellect changes from weak to powerful. And I'm not saying that in 21 days your intellect transforms completely, but at least, the questions that you had in the beginning do not stay. So Baba says that, we children are being given Shrimat. What is the meaning of Shrimat? Shri means elevated and Mat means directions. So we are receiving Mat means directions and opinions. So Baba is giving us his opinion, which is the truth, and Baba is giving us directions. And these opinions, these directions, these opinions when imbibed and these directions when followed, they make you elevated. So Baba says that keep following my Shrimat and then you become somebody who has a very powerful intellect, and you are able to discern and decide on your own. You don't need any external advice. And you see, if you ask anybody in the world what is their method of discerning and deciding, so it is usually logic and experience. Yes, so whatever logic they have, or whatever experience they have, or whatever knowing they have, according to that they would discern and decide. But every soul has something called intuition, and every soul is knowledgeful. So when you start following Shrimad, then that which is latent in you, that starts emerging. And that quality, that intuitive quality, where you can feel things, sense things, understand what to do, even without applying any logic or using any information that you have, that that starts, working. And you see, you don't need to. So this is an interplay of souls, matter, and God. Yes. So this whole world, what is it? It is an interplay of souls, matter, and God. And you have to have intuitive power to engage accurately in this play of souls, matter, and God. Because, it is not what it looks like or, sounds like. You have to have a sense of the vibration of everything. And when you are in touch with your own purity, when your intellect is working well, then you are able to make decisions which stand the test of time, which stand the test of external appearances, and you are able to make decisions which do not make you regret even in the long run. So this is something that only Shrimad can enable us to do. And I will tell you one thing. So there was this one brother, and he always used to ask me one question that, Didi, when I was a child, I used to have very good sense, whatever I said was mostly true. So, I used to have a sense of people, situations, nature, everything. If I said it would rain today, it would rain today. If I said, this person is very sweet and you can trust them, then that person would be, the most trustworthy. And he said that, but that was 15 years back. And now I don't have that sense. Now I have lost it. So why is it so? And that was my most, dependable asset. And I have lost it. So then I told him that, it's because of impurity. Because when we become impure and vices enter the soul, then that ability of the soul, that spiritual ability, I would not even say intuition or anything. It is a spiritual ability that you have to, make good decisions. Discernment and decision making is a spiritual power. It is inherent in the soul. But when we become corrupted by vices, we lose that ability. And Baba says that if you keep following Shrimad, then what happens is, whatever Baba says, I think our Shrimad is divided into three parts. So one aspect of Shrimad enables you to stay immune from the influence of the impurity of the external world. Yes. Second aspect of Shrimad enables you to burn the sins of past births or change your past sanskars. And third aspect of Shrimad enables you to accumulate the virtues and powers and earnings and treasures that you need for the future. And these are the three aspects of Srimad. So you have to, in order to go back from impurity to purity, you need to pay attention to all these three aspects of Srimad. So when Baba says, don't eat food cooked by, people who don't practice purity, or who don't, remember Baba, then, or, Baba says, don't listen or read or, hear stuff or news or expansive details of this old world. Or Baba says that, just be celibate, or make your lifestyle such that you don't have too much interaction with people of the world. So only necessary interaction, not wasteful interaction. So all of these things are very important for not getting influenced by the vibrations of the old world. And we don't know that, what is it. So all around you, what is this world like? It's a very impure world. Can you see it? So, in India right now, there is a person in the government, and he is conducting raids on restaurants and, food outlets and everybody who is selling food items. And what is being discovered is, in every place, it is only dirt that's been sold. So it's all what you say, it's all corrupted and soiled material and very degenerated material that's being used, and all of these things. Now you see, it's just one incident where it's being exposed, but Baba is telling us about this whole world. You see, if we could expose what's in the heart of everybody, what will you find? Just like you are exposing what's in the restaurants, if you could expose what's in the minds and hearts of people, what would happen? Just think about how much of anger and resentment and revenge and lust and everything would come out. And you see, this is the state of the world. And Baba says, don't eat from, just eat what you cook in Baba's remembrance. And you see, even the elements are not pure right now. So Baba says the only way to purify everything is through yoga power. So just cook in Baba's remembrance. Take what is sattvic, cook in Baba's remembrance, offer bhog to me. So your state of remembrance of Baba will purify it, and then have that. Don't even have a glass of water without charging it with Baba's remembrance. So Baba says this is very important. Then celibacy, very important. In the scriptures also it is mentioned that when you engage in lustful behavior with any soul, that person's karmic account also gets entangled with your karmic account. And there is such a deep exchange of vibrations. Yeah, and Baba says that the remaining celibate and not letting your body touch another body is very important for conserving your state of purity if you are practicing purity. And then you see, not reading, listening, because you are not reading or listening just like that, or you are not seeing stuff just like that. It is going and impacting your mind, it's going and impacting your feelings. So Baba says, follow Srimad. Follow Srimad and don't do what Baba asks you not to do. And then Baba says, burn your sins. The only method to burn your sins is to remember Baba. Yes, and today Baba talks in the Murli about something very interesting. Baba says that if you have any trace of impurity in you, then you are not able to have that connection with Baba. So, you will sit in remembrance, but your inner wire will get connected to Baba only when there is no trace of impurity in your mind. So just ask yourself, what is in my mind? So is my mind clean? Is my mind free from all the thoughts of people and events and things of this world? Is my mind free from the influence of memories and desires and other people's actions and sanskars? What is there in my mind? And if I'm not soul conscious, if I'm not paying enough attention to removing my, unplugging my awareness from everything else in the world and even from past memories or future desires, then I'm not having a connection with Baba. That's why Baba is always asking us to be soul conscious and be lost in the love of Baba so that we get purified. So, even if, there is a metal and a certain liquid can purify it, you have to soak that metal in the liquid, isn't it? You can't just touch and come and then expect it to get purified. So, Baba says, similarly, you have to immerse your mind and intellect and let it soak in me. But if it is already soaked in other things, if you are, other things are on your mind and your mind is full of the thoughts of and feelings of this old world, then you are not burning your sins. You are just trying to remember me. But that remembrance is not burning your sins. And if you really have very good Amrit Vela, I will tell you that it's my experience that that Amrit Vela will change you even without your knowing. If you are really remembering Baba with that kind of love, you will not have to make any effort to change yourself. Your sanskars will automatically, you will feel that they have changed like anything. And Baba says, this is for burning your past sins. And then Baba says, do what I ask you to do, serve with your time, energy, thought, and serve with your words, and use your body mind wealth for the spiritual service. Because if you don't invest, how will you get the return? So you have to invest what is old to create a new a new account where for which you will receive a return in the future. So Baba says, serve in the spiritual service that I am doing and become my right hand. So Baba says, follow this Shrimat. And as much as you follow Shrimat, automatically the soul is getting purified, because you are not allowing it to engage in impurity. You're burning your past sins and you're also accumulating punya karma. So Baba says, the more you do this, the more your intellect becomes functional. And then you are able to discern and decide on your own, and you will feel things, you will speak the right things, you will do the right things, you will make the right choices, even without thinking logically or thinking, checking what you know before acting. So this is something that Baba is telling today. And Baba says, when you go to the new world, in the new world, in the new age, you will not need any advisors, because according to this sanskar, you will take birth there. And then this sanskar, when you carry, you don't need any advisors there. So this is all about, Baba invoking our power of intellect through Shrimat. So the more we follow Shrimat, we become pure and the intellect functions better. So do you know that when the soul is impure, the mind is scattered, the intellect is indecisive, and the sanskars are, impure. So the soul is the master, right? So the soul is the master of the mind, intellect, and sanskar. So as is the master, so are the servants. So when the soul is impure, then the mind is scattered all over the place. The mind is wandering, not in control. And the intellect, it doesn't have willpower. Willpower is also one function of the intellect. And the intellect doesn't have willpower. It doesn't have concentration. And it doesn't have the ability to discern and decide. This is what happens when the soul is impure. And that's why our life is full of regrets. Yes, so what looks like a very good decision at one point of time you regret it all your life after taking that decision. So this is what is happening because our intellects don't have the ability to discern and decide. And the mind is not, the mind is not in our control. And our sanskars also, although we are capable of purity, love, peace, our sanskars of criticism and complaint and anger will always be, in the emerged state when the soul is impure. And contrary to that, where as you purify the soul by following Srimad, there is no other way to purify the soul except by following Srimad. And if you follow the Srimad that Baba gives and purify the soul, then automatically your mind will become calmer. You will be able to think what you want to think, not think what you don't want to think. And in my experience, earlier it was very difficult to stop waste thoughts and very difficult to engage in productive thoughts. But now stopping waste thoughts has become very easy and engaging in productive thoughts has become very easy. So that's the shift you will have when you become pure. And your intellect will be able to discern, what to say, how to say, when to say. Even if, there are 100 people who you have to manage, you will be able to, you create an atmosphere where everybody respects you, loves you, and they listen to you, and you are able to lead with love rather than, get flustered and forced to use force or pressure. So this is the kind of change that happens, that you become so much in harmony with everyone, because you see every soul is essentially pure. The quality of nature is essentially pure. So when you become pure, they come into harmony with you. And then you don't have to rule them with force. You can rule them with love. Just think about, one person ruling the whole kingdom without any external help, without any advice, without any, no spying, no seeking advice. So that will be the kind of kingdom we will rule. And how will you rule? You will rule with love. Yes, so you will have that, you will be so much in harmony that you will not need advice. There will be no problem. You will be so much in harmony with the elements and with every soul that every soul and the elements will love to be ruled by you. Yes. Have you never felt that sometimes you love to be ruled? Yes. So I will tell you, when I came into Gyan, before that, I had only seen a world where everybody wants to rule. They don't want to be ruled. But in this whole yagya, in this system that Baba has created, we sisters, we like to listen to our seniors. We don't like to knack our own brains. So, we like to surrender. And we know that, this surrender is very beautiful. And I remember many years back, there was this one sister, and she told me one very interesting thing, that, because we have faith in Baba and we have faith in our teachers, that's why we are very carefree. Because, you can always give everything to Baba and tell every truth to your seniors and to the teachers, and you can become very free and light. And I really like that. And this makes me think, that in the golden age also, the elements would be so happy to be ruled by a, good king. And every soul would be so comfortable being ruled that, there will not be any obstacles in that rule. That everything and everyone will be in harmony. And Baba says that's why you will not need any advisors. Here, there are so many problems, and that's why you need advisors. But if there are no adversaries, because you are in harmony with everyone and everything, why will you need advisors? Yes, so Baba says, you can create this stage by following Srimad. And every soul has this spiritual power of discernment and decision making. And also, every soul has the capacity to rule with love. And all of these things will be invoked when you follow Srimad. So, this is one thing. And second thing Baba today says is, um, I found a connection between love, so faith, effort, and accomplishing what we are aiming for. So Baba says first important thing on this spiritual journey is faith. Yes, how do you have faith? You have faith because you are a deity. Because Baba says anybody who has lived a journey, if they are reminded of that, they will remember it. So you are all sitting because this knowledge makes sense to you. So, in the course, when it is said, God comes from the soul world, and this is a cycle, and you are in the confluence age, and Baba is giving you the inheritance of peace and happiness, and you were a deity. So, it makes sense to you. Yes. Is there any reason why it makes sense to you? There is no reason. It only makes sense to you because you have lived that whole part. In the last cycle, also, Baba came and uplifted you. So you have faith that this is Baba. And this is something very internal. You cannot explain it to anybody. So you know what is true on your own. And other people don't have faith. So there are many people who come to knowledge and then they don't have faith and then they leave because they have not lived this journey. So they will not remember. So today Baba says something that, whatever was in your past, if you are reminded of it, you will remember it. And this is in your recording. You have played this part every 5,000 years. So when Baba comes and reminds us, then we remember it. So this is the question of faith. Then second thing is, effort. Now Baba says, okay, you have faith. Everybody sitting here has faith that if you did what Baba said, you would go to the new world, or somebody doesn't have faith. Yes, if you don't have faith, this class is not for you. Okay, so you have to understand that you're sitting here. That means you have faith that Baba has come, and when Baba is telling you what to do and you follow it, you will go to the new world. Now, Baba says, second comes effort, following Baba's directions, right? Now, one is faith that if I do this, I will get this. So the willingness is there. But second thing is whether you are doing what Baba is saying. And how do you come to that place where what you understand and what you do is in alignment? So when you finish body consciousness, yes, because Baba says, when you're body conscious, then you start questioning even that in which you have faith. Yes, so when body consciousness comes up, then it changes a faithful intellect into an intellect that's full of questions and doubts. Yes, so one day you feel you have complete faith, and then second day you feel, I don't know what I'm doing here, and I don't even believe there's going to be heaven. So why does that happen? Because of body consciousness. So Baba says that deal with body consciousness, and then you will understand and do as Baba says, because we are deity souls. We have this very innate this innate, faith that what Baba is saying is absolutely true. But when we become body conscious, our whole faith turns into doubt. And that's why, so I remember, there was this one sister living in the center for 13 years. And then one day she called and she said, I don't know what I'm doing here. And I don't even believe now that Baba has come. So I said, what's going on? So then she started sharing. And then I realized that she's not even listening to the Murli. She's just, allowing her mind to wander. And then I said, okay, so it's because, you are not you are not keeping yourself in touch with Baba. So that's why that body consciousness is doing its work. And then, she started practicing again. And then again, she went on track. So this is what happens, if you engage too much in the sensory pleasure, or engage too much with the world, or, engage, especially, the senses, if you don't fill your intellect with knowledge, and you don't remind yourself of what you have faith in. You see, people say one day, I love you, that I'll die for you. And then tomorrow the love fizzles out. Why does that happen? Because, you get influenced by other factors. So it's not that, the love is lost, but you just can't feel it anymore because, the other influences have corrupted you. Similar is the love for Baba, faith for Baba. You have to nurture it. You have to take care that you don't get so influenced that you forget that Baba has come. So, you need to protect this relationship. And if you don't do that, then what happens is, today you have faith and tomorrow you start questioning. And then, when you are body conscious and you are in doubt, then you don't do what Baba says. And then when you don't do what Baba says, how will you experience? This is not something, you can experience through logic. You have to keep experiencing by experimenting. And when your mind is full of doubt, you don't experiment. So how will you experience? So every time you sit in yoga, you will feel Baba. But when you have become body conscious, you are not full of faith, you start doubting, then you stop sitting in yoga, then you stop feeling Baba. Yes, Baba is not someone you can see, right? So you have to sit and experience yoga power. You have to sit and practice purity and experience the power of purity. You have to, from your own stage of elevation, you have to feel that yes, we will go to the new world. So when you start having doubts, you stop practicing. And when you stop practicing, you stop experiencing. And then the doubt gets stronger and stronger. So Baba says, we are here because we have faith. And I always, when somebody says, today I have faith and tomorrow they say I don't have faith, then I always tell them that means you don't trust your own instincts and judgment and intellect. So you are the one who said, yes, I agree with all this yesterday. And today when you say I don't agree, that means you are not trusting your own intellect. Yes, but this is how Maya deceives us. And that's why Baba says Maya is very powerful. So never think you don't have faith. If you didn't have faith, you wouldn't be sitting here. Just don't become body conscious and don't start doubting yourself. Because when you start doubting yourself, then you stop doing what Baba says. And when you stop doing what Baba says, you can't experience the blessings and the gifts of the confluence age. Okay, Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti, Didi.
Om Shanti.
When we follow Srimad, three things happen. First is my karmas of past birth, the sins, I would say, get absolved. And secondly, I remain influence-free from the environment around me today because everything is Tamo Pradhan. And the third thing that happens is I start accumulating the virtues and powers of Baba.
Correct. And also Punya Karma. Because when you do seva, you create a Punya Karmic account which will, help you get to that new world where everything is abundant and plentifully available. Okay. Thank you, Om Shanti. Yes.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
I have experienced that when we sit in yoga, remembrance of Baba, we feel very much relaxed, peaceful, and secure and loved. And but it doesn't stay with me initially for the full day. But I experienced that when We follow Srimad also with that yoga whole day.
Correct.
We keep that awareness that fills us with constant happiness,
Correct.
which Baba talks about.
Correct.
And one day we were discussing about that Anand Swarup word.
Correct.
And I believe that Anand word is a long-term happiness.
Mm.
Whole span is covered in it. It doesn't deplete and go up and down.
Correct.
Constant.
Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, this thing about, losing what you felt during yoga is because you slip into body consciousness. Yes. So, when you take care to follow Srimad even after yoga, then you don't slip into body consciousness. And that's why you can feel Baba's presence, companionship, attainments at all times in the day. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Okay, let's thank Baba for some time. I am a soul. This is the diamond age. And my Baba is showering me with the treasure of love, treasure of purity. Just like a sunflower that always has its face towards the sun. I too only see Baba as I see Baba. Baba is abundantly, constantly filling me with the light of peace, light of love, light of purity. Just sit with these thoughts for some time.